Hey, insight number 5 for the week. They've been a good series, so please go watch them all. They are saved to learn from looking back if you can't find them on Instagram. YouTube, they're easy to find, and Facebook, they'll be super easy to find as well. And they'll just be like further down if you scroll. But Instagram, if you can't find them, they are saved on my IGTV, so have a look there. Good series to watch, especially for this lesson. Try to teach it in a different way to putting up, like, sorry, I had little stickers for the other one on my head, so like this kind of thing. Oh, you can't read there like that. There's lots of those online. If you want to teach this lesson from one of those Plan of Salvation kits that you can get online, you go do that. There's like a gazillion thousand of them. Some of them are really good. Some of them have a lot of information. Some of them are more simplified for children. There's all sorts of different ones. Pick one that works for you. Go use that. But I don't want to use that. I wanted to really focus on what this is actually about, not just give you a whole bunch of information. So this is the crux. This is just the best part, I reckon. So 76, 20 to 24, and then 41 to 42, which reads briefly, and I'm picking bits out, okay? So this is the holding the glory of the sun. So this is Joseph Smith, Sidney Rigdon, and their vision of like celestial kingdoms and realms and stuff, eternal realms. So this, yeah, they received the fullness of the Son, the right hand of the Father. They saw holy angels, and this is 22, which is so well read. But really think about this, because these are powerful words. And they said, "And now after the many testimonies which have been given of him, this is the testimony last of all, that which we give of him, that he lives. For we saw him even on the right hand of God, and we heard the voice bearing record that he is the only begotten of the Father." Picking up words before I get there, because I get emotional over this one. It's so cool. 24, "And that by him and through him and of him the worlds are and were created, and the inhabitants thereof are begotten sons and daughters unto God." Yeah. Of all the testimonies that have been given, this is the testimony last of all that we give of him, that he lives. He lives. He's real. It's a thing. It's true. Powerful. And they saw him. Because they saw him. We heard him. We know he's real. Now you can say, well, that comes down to believing Joseph Smith and Sidney Rigdon, but, you know, if you search for your own relationship with Christ, you actually don't need their opinion or their testimony. You don't need that. It's great and it's lovely to read because it gets emotional to me, and I love having it. But if you have your own relationship with Jesus Christ, you're good. If you have a really good relationship with him, you're fine. 41 to 42, which is amazing too. He said, "Then he came into the world, even Jesus, to be crucified for the world, to bear the sins of the world, and to sanctify the world, and to cleanse it from all unrighteousness, that through him all might be saved, whom the Father had put into his power and made by him." So you've got to remember there, he came and did the atonement to save us. It's his love for us. So when you're reading all of this and you're thinking, oh, this is a lot, this is upsetting me because I don't think my family's going to be together forever, I don't think my children are going to follow this, and you come up with a lot of different things. And Satan will really put some horrible thoughts into your mind because this stuff is so true. You know, when he's getting at you the most is when you're doing the best or reading or learning stuff, and he don't want you to learn. So sometimes you'll feel that when you read something like this. Remember, the members who got it at the time didn't particularly like it. They were like, oh my gosh, this brings up so many more questions. And it will, and great, ask the questions. But ask them to yourself, ask them to the Lord, ask them to Heavenly Father, ask them to Heavenly Mother, whatever you feel like you want to do there. Don't need to bring them up in Sunday school class. Ask your bishop, maybe ask a close friend, sure. But you don't have to bring up every single little scenario, because honestly, the answer is your relationship with Jesus Christ. Just focus on that. Because, I'm going to go back to this one. This is what it should be like. Yay. And Elder Uchtdorf, he said, love is the grand motive of the plan of salvation. And I've got that printed out there because I love that. And I'm going to put that up and do a little Sunday thing, I think, on Insta. Maybe not the other two platforms, about, you know, you're going to focus on this week, just to focus on the fact that love is the grand motive of the plan of salvation. So that whatever you're coming across in the scriptures that's going to make you feel unloved or unwanted or disconnected, it's Satan getting at you, because actually all of this is about love, and it's about our relationship with Jesus Christ. It's about living now the way we want to be, even if we don't make it today. It's about becoming perfect with Christ, that he fills in all those. He's just there, and he's just like, yep, got it. You just make an effort. Just try. That's what it is. So I've put down here, the most important lesson this week of all time is Jesus. That's it. Really is. And I know I'm just saying here, wondering where you will end up, right? Because we do, right? And there's a lot of people that want to know. And, well, you know, I've got one person in my life who's always like, oh, they're going to be in the celestial kingdom, or I don't think they are, you know. And that's what I say again. It is not up to you. It is not your opinion. It is not up to your peer group where you end up. It is up to you and Jesus. That's it. So be a good steward, increase your faith, and strengthen your relationship with Christ. There is no checklist of eligibility to complete. It does not exist. Stop trying to create one. If you have an amazing Christ relationship, you know what you need to do. How to be. Simply put, the answer is Jesus. Have a relationship. Have a great relationship with Jesus Christ. It will just make everything else fall into place. Maybe not all at once, but as you go through it, you'll find it falls into place. President Nelson from this last conference, talking about moving mountains and improving our faith, said, through your faith, Jesus Christ will increase your ability to move mountains in your life, even though your personal challenges may loom as large as Everest. And those are powerful words, because sometimes it's just like, oh my gosh, I couldn't even begin to know where to climb the sheer rock face that I'm looking at, right? It's overwhelming and frightening, and all the fear that comes in, all the anxiety and the worry, and oh my gosh. And yeah, you can feel that, but do not let it be bigger than your faith. Have that relationship with Jesus Christ, increase your faith, be a good steward as best you can, as best as practicable, remember that from last week, and be a good steward that will increase your faith, so that you can, let's recap, because I don't know that anyone would watch this that's an antichrist, because like, honestly, why would you spend your time watching me when you don't even want to hear about Jesus? Seriously? So yeah, there's Antichrist, we've got that one. Then there's those that focus more on the world, so not so much Jesus, more of the world. Those that know Jesus, but it's a shaky relationship. And then there's how I want to be and how I'm trying to be, and I encourage you to be like this. Be all Jesus, love Jesus, and have that relationship. It is honestly the best. That's what I've got for you this week, and I'm sorry some have been really long, but there's just so much good information. It's a really great section to deep dive into if you really want to know more. But with all the questions that come up, I sincerely encourage you to put faith over fear of whatever question might come up. Ask the question. That's fine to ask, but don't lose faith in Jesus, because he is the absolute answer to all of it. And I know that and testify of that, probably not as eloquently as Joseph Smith and Sidney Rigdon do, but I do testify of that, and I know it's true. The peace is amazing, and just, yeah, go have a prayer and invite Jesus to come into your life. All right. See you guys.